my whole process so is different than
winners.
Struggling.
Okay, homie.
Show me the money!
Big red lips and long blonde hair. Like the way you walk when you walk over there. Boom. All right. And
Show me the money!
for a Wednesday. It is Wednesday, November 30th. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your wacky Wednesday. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner, or hit the subscribe button below this video if you are using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by your good friends right here at hockeypicks.com. Sign up today and follow the top hockey pickers each and every day right here at hockeypicks.com. Don't forget, if you want to calculate those parlays, use the parlay calculator at parlaycalculator.com. All you got to do is enter the figures into your box, your text field, and this site is really good on a mobile device. So let's say I got a 115, a 120, a minus 220, and a 170 underdog, and I put $25 on that play. Click on it and you can see it pays $378, and that's how you use the parlaycalculator.com. Use it today at parlaycalculator.com. And speaking of calculators, don't forget the ATS Calculator if you want to calculate those college basketball winners. I think we gave a couple of good winners yesterday in college basketball. In fact, today I'm going to give you guys the Ohio State, Duke, North Carolina, Indiana, and then we're going to talk about Michigan State and Notre Dame on the Parlay Calculator, and I'll be doing that in just a few minutes. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night wherever you are located on the World Wide Web. My name is Ron Raymond, a 5-time sports handicapping champion based out of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. In 2009, I wrote the book, Ron Raymond's Top 50 Sports Betting Secrets, along with 30 bonus tips, and you can get that book right here at atsstats.com or on amazon.com or .ca. or wherever you log on to Amazon, and you can find this book that I wrote in 2009, and has some great tips if you guys are interested in learning a little bit more about sports betting, the do's and don'ts and the traps that you got to avoid. Check it out at atsstats.com and look for tools and go to the 50 greatest sports betting secrets, written by yours truly right here, Ron Raymond. All right, good morning again, and it's a rainy day here in the nation's capital. In fact, but it's not that cold. You know what? It's only like 2 degrees or something like this. It's let me see, 2 degrees in the nation's capital, but it's a rainy day. But hey, you know what, the sun came up, the day ends in Y, and why not get right back on the horse if you didn't have a great day yesterday? And hopefully you did. Hopefully you made it to the winner's circle. But at the end of the day, what's the objective each and every day? You got to get to the winner's circle so you can make out a cash out Monday, and that's where you come here each and every day.
I want winners.
And we will give you winners here each and every day, hopefully. But the number one thing we do here at the Raymond Report,
can we have fun?
Absolutely.
You're damn right. I demand that we have fun.
And we have fun each and every day. And you know what? It's a wacky Wednesday, and so you might see a little bit more sound bites today on a wacky Wednesday.
Show me the money!
There you go, Tom. All right, I see the bullpen. Look at that. F, first one in. Good morning, team. Glad to be back. Brent Vienni's in the house. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
There you go, on a wacky Wednesday. How about the Kraken and Kings last night? 17 goals. Yeah, you know what? The grand salami in hockey last night probably got granted, right? Because 17 goals. Hey, you know what? Seattle's just one of those teams, I think in our minds, we're still thinking they're an expansion team. Hey, you better get that mindset really cleared. Hey, hit the F5 button in your head and reset that mindset, because the Seattle Kraken, well, you know what? They're for real.
Dilly.
They are for real. And FU Cancer's in the house, and there you go, FU. And you want your Fat Alberts?
Yeah,
There you go. You got a hey. Timmy Two Shoes in the house. I haven't seen Timmy in a couple days. Welcome back, Timmy. Bumbling, stumbling, tumbling into the bullpen. And that is, it is Timmy Two Shoes. All right, Timmy. Hey?
These are the ABCs of me, baby.
Yeah, you made it to a wacky Wednesday. Jermaine Brown's in the house. It's a Maine's World. Good morning, Jermaine. Jose Gonzalez, what's good, bro? What's up, Jose? Hopefully you're having a good start to your wacky Wednesday. And it's good to... Oh, Scotty. There's Scotty. I almost missed Scotty. Good morning, gents. Hope all is well into the bullpen. And yeah, again, welcome to the Raymond Report. My name is Ron Raymond. You can find us each and every day right here at 10:30 Eastern, Monday to Friday. We do the Raymond Report Sports Betting Podcast. And we talk about, well, you guessed it, sports betting, and hopefully we get you to the winner's circle each and every day. All right, let's get on with the show, and let's always, as we do in the top of the hour, we go feed the ponies. Oh. All right.
1 minute to post time. Approaching the gate.
Let's go feed those ponies. Oh, there's my good friend Gloria K.
Put that coffee down.
Gloria K's in the house. Yeah, they're off and running today at, let me see here, what's, okay, we had a little snafu right there, but they're off and running today at Tampa Bay Downs. We're going to go to Tampa Bay Downs here today, and you can see the races today at Tampa Bay Downs. Post time today at the Downs is at 12:32, not 12:30, not 12:29, 12:32. Never understood why. Oh, maybe they have a schedule they got to keep or something. I don't know. 6 furlongs on the dirt, $40,000 maiden claiming race today in race number 1 today at Tampa Bay Downs, and we are going to go 3-6-5 today at Tampa Bay Downs. Cox Canyon with Arroyo taking the ride here on the number 3 horse, 6-1 morning line on the 3. Prince Ghost Spanable taking a ride here on the 6 horse. Prince Ghost 6-1 morning line also on the 6 horse, and Grazia Prince, which H.R. Diaz Jr. taking a ride here on Grazia Prince 7-2 morning line. And your value play of the day is Majestic Faroa with Suarez taking a ride on the number 4 horse, and that's where I think I'm going to go with the number 5 horse today. If you're going to bet the Tampa Bay Downs race number 1, it's a $40,000 maiden claim race, and what I'm going to recommend is a double Dutch system. What you want to do is put 10 to win, 10 to place on the number 5 horse, Grazia Prince, and this way if Grazia Prince comes in first, you get paid once or twice. Comes in second, you get paid once, which is also nice, and you can bet all the races today at Tampa Bay Downs using the horse racing tip sheet that we provide here each and every day. 8 races today at Tampa Bay Downs, and you can get those races by going to the website at atsstats.com. And good racing to all our horse racing fans today. Enjoy the tracks and come back to dinner with a bag full of money. All right, morning, Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson's in the house. Hey, I need a Bo Knows soundbite right there. Can you please do Navy versus Lipscomb prediction, says Jose Gonzalez. Yeah, we'll get that in just 1 second. In fact, let me take a look. Might be doing it right now. Yep. All right, here we go. So if you guys want to do some college basketball predictions, just post it into the chat box, and I'm going to give you guys what you want. All right, which game did he want again? He wanted the... Where is it here? The all right, Navy versus Lipscomb prediction. All right, let's go Navy and Lipscomb. There we go. And the survey says we do have the away team winning by 8. So we got Navy winning by 8, 145.77. All right, I'm going to do the ESPN game of the night. First game on board is Ohio State taking on the Duke Blue Devils. That should be a good game here tonight. You got Duke going into this one as a, I thought, yeah, 5.5 point. Oh, where's Duke? Hang on here. Let's go Duke. Oh, 1 second here. Okay. Come on, Ron. Get your wacky... there we go. All right, Duke against Ohio State tonight, and we do have the calculator liking Duke, and look at that, 5.63, 135.26, and the over-under in that game is 134.5. So we do like Duke winning here tonight just by a hair, eh? The hair of your chinny chin right there, 5.63 and 135.26. So we do like Duke to win, and you know my rules, right? I don't lay points. I'll take the points or the money line, and I would lay the money line on Duke tonight. Let's do the next game here. You got North Carolina. In fact, it's right there. Didn't have to look far. North Carolina against Indiana. And let's see if Indiana, well, they're favored tonight. A little surprised to see that. Indiana's favored by 4. And the over-under that game's at 148. Actually, we got a little snafu right there. And this is why we do these podcasts, right? So I got to figure out what's going on with Indiana. So we got to fix that right there. But according to the calculator, it does like the home team winning by 11.5 and 138.55. And let's do the next game right here. Michigan State. Let's see what Michigan State on board here tonight. Michigan State against, and we have Notre Dame. All right, Notre Dame, not the Fighting Irish, but not football Fighting Irish, basketball Fighting Irish. And we have Notre Dame winning by 3 tonight. Look at that. We have an upset. Got an upset brewing in South Bend tonight. Minus 2.5 Michigan State. The Spartans are favored. 140 is the line. I got the total landing on 138.7. So there you have it. Those are your 3 college basketball selections. You know, people are saying, hey, you don't do college basketball. You know what? Now we do. Hey, now we do. And now you get the college basketball. But it's not from ATS Stats. It's from the ATS Calculator. And I'm going to have to fix that in North Carolina. Hey, sometimes, you know, North Carolina, I saw they had like 5, 6 North Carolina, so maybe there's a little, see that? Yeah, look at all the North Carolina. North Carolina A&T, North Carolina Asheville, Central. Man, hey, now we know where basketball is. They say basketball came from Canada. Hey, with Naismith, I think he came from North Carolina. Look at all the North Carolina teams right there. All right, so there you have it. Don't forget, if you want to drop your numbers on the games tonight in the college hoops, you can do it by going to atscalculator.com. All right, let me see what you guys are saying right now. Thanks. Who's stopping Embiid tonight? His scoring prop looks good, says Brent Vianney. The Nature Boy is in the house. Can't do b-ball. I committed to a disciplined system. Hey, you know what? I respect that. It's all about the Benjamins or the McDonald's, right?
Straight cash, homie.
Yeah, it's about that straight cash. And and the thing is, guys, you know, it's funny. We were talking about this yesterday. There's so many options to bet on in, I think, October, November, December. Well, not too much December. I think October, November is where a lot of gamblers, if they're not disciplined, they could really go broke. And I mean that in a very serious way. Is that when there's so much, it's like going to an open buffet at all you can eat buffet, right? You know, you want to, obviously you like to taste it all, but you got to stick to your diet, right? And think about this in sports betting. Stick to your diet, stick to your bankroll diet. Maybe there's another t-shirt idea, right? Where's my trademark chimes right there? Yeah. Hey, bankroll diet. Do you like that one? Hey, stick to your bankroll diet. And to me, less is more. You guys know my philosophy, right? Less is more. All right, man had the plays in the World Cup, but didn't have the guts to play them. That's okay. That's okay. You live another day there, Brent. Made some good with the Dallas bet yesterday. Rod Spoos. Yeah, you know what? Dallas was a good play. That was a good game. Hey, was it Klay Thompson missed the 3 at the end to tie it up, but really good game in Big D last night. And if you had the Mavericks, we got the win, right? We got the win yesterday in Dallas.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby, we did. All right, let's get on here with the show. And the next task at hand is let's go and let's do some hockey handicapping right now. Go, Sens, go. All right, there we go. Let's look at the National Hockey League here tonight. You got the San Jose Sharks taking on the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, the Leafs, big favorites tonight. In fact, minus 300 is the line. 6.5 is the total. And looking at the probable starting goalies, you probably got Aaron Dell for San Jose. Big win last night at the Bell Center. And, I was on Montreal. I know I wavered yesterday, but I went with Montreal. I went with the B-type team, and they burnt me. B for burnt. Hey, that's what the Habs did to me yesterday. They burnt me. Matt Murray's in nets though tonight for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And looking at the analytics of the game, we got 3.9 to 2.7 favoring the Buds. Toronto 7-3 in their last 10, 3-7 to the under. My line on the game, the Ron Raymond Raymond Report line, minus 310. So you can see we're a fair market value, but you know the rules. We don't lay I don't lay that kind of money in hockey. 60.8% chance of winning here for Toronto over San Jose. The Kogels at 53%. Kogo stands for chance of game going over the total. Toronto on a 4-game win streak, and when they're at home against those C-type teams, they are 4-2, 1-5 to the under. And San Jose bearish the last 3 days. Bearish means that in their last 7 games, they are 2-5, and that's why they are bearish. San Jose, a bit of a Jekyll and Hyde team. Look at this. Front-loaded home games at the beginning of the year. 2-12 at home. Holy cow. Where's my Harry Carey right there? That deserves a holy cow.
Holy cow!
Yeah, 2-12, 2-12, not good. The Toronto Maple Leafs 7-5 on the road and at home at the Scotiabank Arena, 14-10 on the season. And looking at San Jose, just like Montreal, they do well here when they play against the Habs and the Leafs. In fact, they are 7-3 at the Scotiabank Arena in their last 10 trips. And Toronto coming off a big win in their last game against the Red Wings, 4-2. At Detroit, and then they won 4-1 at Pittsburgh and 4-3 at the Minnesota Wild. So Toronto, Minnesota 4-3. So a 1-goal win, a 2-goal win, a 3-goal win. Toronto's rolling, baby. Hey, Toronto is rolling the dice right now. They're playing some good hockey. I think it's a tough thing to go against the Leafs here tonight. I would go Toronto in this one. All right, let's get to the next game here between the Edmonton Oilers and the Chicago Blackhawks. Hey, I'm trying to say the Black Sox, eh? It's like the Chicago White Sox. Hey, the Chicago Blackhawks, not Chicago White Sox. I see, as soon as I said Chicago, my baseball mind started taking over there. All right, the Chicago Blackhawks, not the Black Sox, because there's no such team as the Chicago Black Sox. Hey, maybe make up a team over there. Hey, you know, you got the North and South. Maybe we need a Central. They could be called the Black Sox. I don't know. Edmonton Oilers minus 220 here tonight. 6.5 is the total. And looking at the percentage play of winning the game, and going back to the Raymond report, we always talk about the value percentage play and the performance cycles. And looking at minus 220, a little bit chalky. I had at minus 145. Chicago, though, 1-9 in their last 10 games. Struggling big time. 1-9 straight up. 5-5 to the over-under. I did have the Chicago Blackhawks at plus 158, and you can see they're plus 180 tonight. So if you do like Chicago, you're getting a little bit of value, but you're on a 7-game losing streak, and you're 1-3 against B-type teams. Not a good record here for Chicago. Not a good string of games in the month of November. In fact, when you look at their home record this year, 4-8 after a pretty good start. Luke Richardson really had this team rolling at the beginning, but the training wheels fell off, and now when you don't have 4 wheels, you only got 2. You can see the Chicago team is reeling just a bit, or as Joe Namath would say, struggling. All right, but the good news is, if you do like Chicago, they are 6-4 in their last 10 head-to-head meetings, and the over is 8-2 between the Chicago and Edmonton. So for whenever these two teams get together, they tend to play some high-scoring affairs, like the Edmonton Elks and the Chicago Bears, right? All right, let me see here. The total. So in the last 7 head-to-head games, one thing I like to do is to see where the mindset of the bookmaker was at the time of the the last couple of years, right? Because when you look at a hockey team, the core nucleus of those players are mostly there. 6.5, and we're going back to 2022, February 9th. So when was I see a 6 down here in 2020. So you can see 4-1, 4-3, 6-5. So 2 of the last 3 games I've gone over the total. And what's the Kogo in this one here tonight? The Kogo's at 38%. Kogo's very low. That means that means the under has a really good chance here tonight. So I don't know. I think Edmonton at Chicago. I like Edmonton to win this one. The Edmonton Oilers, looking at their last game, a 4-3 win over the Florida Panthers, right? Nice win. They're at Minnesota prior to this one here tonight, and before playing Minnesota, not a good record, 8-27. So I'm probably leaning to the over. I probably would go the over here tonight. Yeah, let me see here what you guys are saying. And don't forget, guys, if you got any comments you want to make, I'm doing a game right now, and you want to chime in and you want to say, hey, you know what? Don't forget this, because that's the beauty about this podcast and the members of the Ram Report. You guys are, all of us is stronger than one of us, right? So whenever I'm doing a game and you got information, you're from Chicago, like Gloria K's from Chicago, right, Gloria? And if you know anything about going on in Chicago that we should feel about, or you're from Edmonton, and you say, you know what? The mood here in Edmonton is not not that good. The coach on the hot seat. The goalie is he's injured, but nobody's talking about it. Those are the things we want to talk about. These are things that again, all of us is stronger than one of us, and the more information we share in the podcast into the bullpen, that's what we call our chat box, then it makes everything better, right? Then you got the little bit of inside information from the locals of the area. All right, so minus 220. I do like the over here tonight between Edmonton and the Chicago Blackhawks. In fact, let me go down here and look at that. Wow. Okay. Hello. Anytime you got a road team like the Edmonton Oilers this season, coming off 2 one-goal game wins. So are they coming off 2 one-goal game wins? Look at that. 4-3, 4-3. Okay. So we got a good system trend here tonight going. And the system trend is this. Anytime any team's in this situation coming off 2 one-goal game wins, 12-2 to the over. Hey, where else are you going to get great information like that? Only on the Raymond Report. All right, let's get to the next game. I do like the over in this game here tonight between the Chicago Blackhawks, not the Black Sox, but the Blackhawks against the Oilers. Rui Pedro Nagueria from Lisbon, Portugal is in the house. Good morning, Rui. And he says, hello, Ray and bullpen. Had another great day following the World Cup. Go Portugal, says Rui. Rui loves his Portuguese national team, and good luck today in the World Cup. All right, speaking of national teams or local teams, and every time I play the Ottawa, every time I do the Ottawa games, I got to do this.
We're losing!
Well, actually, we're not losing. We won our last 2 games, so we'll give them a break here. The Ottawa Senators hosting the New York Rangers here tonight. Rangers losing their last 3 games, losing to the Devils 5-3 the other night. They got that empty netter scored on them, but they were down like 4-1 in that game. They came back to make a game out of it, 4-3, and then they lose 5-3. Ottawa salvaged a bit of the Western road trip. They didn't have a good start. They lost 5-1 to San Jose, 4-1 to the Vegas Golden Knights, and then they beat Anaheim convincingly 5-1, and then a 3-2 win with Claude Giroux getting the winner on a overtime winner, a nice breakaway deke, and Claude Giroux has been a great addition here to the Ottawa Senators. Ottawa's not playing really well at home, 5-6, even worse on the road, 3-7. And you look at tonight's line value, you can see we do have the Sens at minus 186, and you're getting plus money here. The only thing I don't like is you're getting a team coming off a Western road trip, and that first game at home is always tough for those teams from a body clock point of view, right? Maybe some of the players' body clock is still on Western time. But the last game was, let me see here. What was the last game they played? The 27th. So that was, 3 days ago. So they should be back to normal. Should have been back in their beds and getting back on Eastern time zone. And looking at the percentage play, 65.7% favoring Ottawa tonight. 47.06 for the Rangers, who are now on a 3-game losing streak. 6-5 on the road, though. Believe it or not, Rangers play better on the road than they do at home, but they don't do well in this building here at the Scotiabank place. The Canadian Tire Center. Keep calling the Scotiabank. Hey, don't get me back on the Scotiabank, my Bryan Adams ticket. I always, hey, if you missed the earlier this year, I had tickets to Bryan Adams, and it said Scotiabank Arena, and we used to be called the Scotiabank Arena here in Ottawa. I bought tickets, but mind you, there were tickets in Toronto, so I had to give them to my sister. So, Merry Christmas to Julie. Hope you enjoyed Bryan Adams. Now you know the rest of the story by Paul Harvey. All right, New York Rangers, 3-7 straight up at the Canadian Tire Center, and hey, as Harry Carey would say.
Holy cow!
Holy cow, what were you thinking? All right, let me see here. 4-8 for the Rangers at home, 6-5 on the road, but not good in Ottawa. 3-7, but the Ottawa Senators 5-5 in their last 10 head-to-head meetings against the New York Rangers. Rangers are, they're struggling. Struggling big time, but the last time they played the Ottawa Senators was April 9th and was a 5-1 win for the New York Rangers. Let's see if we have any trends to talk about in this one. And you can see here, nothing. I don't, with Talbot and Shesterkin here tonight, probably. Let me see. We got Shesterkin, Talbot. This game could go under the total. I think this might be an under game. Eh? Yep. NBA, of course, says Rui. Yeah, I think this one goes under the total here tonight in the nation's capital, Ottawa, Ontario. All right, let's get to the next game on hand. And how about we tune up the little organ right here. Go Wings, go. All right, I think I like the Wings in this one, but we'll see. Detroit minus 135, 6.5 is the total. Minus 155 was my line, so if you do like Detroit, they're undervalued tonight against the Buffalo Sabre, who are pretty much struggling in their last 10 games.
Struggling.
Yeah, struggling big time. 2-8, 5-5 for Detroit last 10. And looking at the line value for Buffalo, I had plus 185. You're getting plus 115, so a little bit undervalued tonight when you look at the line like that. 2 straight up losses coming off a 6-5 loss over Tampa Bay. Stamkos went upstairs where he kept the peanut butter, top shelf where you keep the peanut butter, and that's where Stamkos put the puck last game. And looking at Buffalo, though, they've had a little bit of success against Detroit in the last 10. In Detroit, Buffalo is 7-3 straight up, 5-5 for Detroit in the last 10 head-to-head meetings, and for Buffalo on the road this year, 4-5, while Detroit is 7-5 straight up. And looking overall, look at that, 19-9. So Detroit has had an overall success at home against the Buffalo Sabres. Let's take a look if there's any trends to talk about down here. Anytime a road team's on the road and they allowed 6 goals against in their last game, so this is a pretty good one. Anytime this year in the NHL, a road team allowed 6 goals against, like Buffalo did against Tampa Bay, the over is 15-8-1 for the road team. But let me see the probable goalies tonight. Anderson against Nedeljkovic. All right. But you know what? The over could be there. Nedeljkovic sporting a very high goals against average of 4.01, I believe, that I saw. Yeah. And a save percentage of 0.88. Not that good. I think the over is where you want to go here tonight in Big D. All right. Let me see what you guys are saying right now. NBA, of course. Another thing I'm seeing is home favorites coming off a loss. They are winning at 70%. Home favorites coming off a loss are winning at 70%. Hey, that was one of my, remember I told you guys at the beginning of the year, that was one of my my systems. If that's, let's go check. Let me see if that's true here. I checked the last time and I don't think it was 70%. So another thing I'm seeing, A-type teams. Are you talking about A-type teams, Rui? A-type teams winning at home, 75%, or any team? Let me see. Coming off a loss. Let me do this. Coming off a loss, current season. Survey says 69-45. That's pretty good. That is pretty good right there. So let me do this. So let's do 69 plus 45 equals 114. So 114, 69 divided by 114 equals 60%. Pretty good. Hey, just like the system I told you guys. Remember the system I showed you guys? Let me go right here. Let me go back. So that's a good system. So if I go back to the homepage right here, and if you follow the 10 commandments of sports betting, hey, you know my 10 commandments of sports betting. I just gave you a Moses lightning thunderstruck right there. Hey, that's a AC/DC thunderstruck. All right, let me go to the golden rules of sports betting. And remember this system I told you guys right here? NHL home favorites coming off a 1-goal loss is 60%, but this is a loss in general, right? But what about a 1-goal loss? Let me see a 1-goal loss. Let's go back to that NHL system. So let's go to our favorite super database. Hey, I feel like I feel like a Marvel comic book hero when I go to my super database.
Hey, Fred, that's one of them Superman suits, ain't it? Super fly, Bubba, super fly.
Super fly, Bubba, super fly. Told you it was a wacky Wednesday here today. Let's go to our 1-goal loss right here. 1-goal loss. Hey, they said there'd be no mathematics in this course here today. Hey, they said there'd be no math. Home favorites coming off a 1-goal loss, 29-21. Okay, not as good. Let me see you know what? Let's try a 2-goal loss. Since they're pulling the goalies with like 10 minutes into the third period now, hey, it's just out of hand. It's just getting, you know what really pissed off is all the underbetters. Hey, when the score is 4-1. And or let me see, let's say the score is 4-1 or even 4-2, and they're pulling the goalie with like 2 minutes left or 3 minutes left. Everybody just wants to throw the converter to the big screen TV. Am I right or am I wrong? If I'm right, hit the like button. Hey, it just pisses me off. 18-9. There you go. See, that's a good record right there. 18-9 straight up for teams coming off a 2-goal loss. Home favorites coming off a 2-goal loss. That's a pretty good record. But coming off a loss, I like your percentage play a little bit better there. Rui Pedro Nageria. Sorry, right? On the first period. Oh, the first period. Okay. First period. But we still, you know what? During the process, we found something good. All right, old man Anderson in nets. Yeah, old man Anderson. Hey?
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. That's funny. Old man Anderson. Yeah, Craig Anderson in nets for Buffalo. All right, let me see what else you got. Closing November properly with the Pearls. Yeah, baby. Hey, Jose Gonzalez with a big LOL right there. Morning bullpen. Good morning. Who's Mizzou? I need a good morning soundbite when people come in. You know, I have the birthday soundbite. Yeah, I need one for a good morning, eh? I need a good morning soundbite, but we'll find one. Winning first period, Bo Jackson. The only thing I spread is yeah, I'll show that. Them cheeks. All right, I don't bet totals or spread. You know what? I'm not a big, as you guys know, when you go and get the free picks each and every day here. I'm not a big totals guy. I do like maybe 5%. I can only focus on so many things. Jokes on the coach. I hit the ball already. Awesome. All right. Hey, I told you it was a wacky Wednesday. I'm in a wacky mood today, but you know what? Good mood today. Good company. That's why I'm in a good mood. I got good company. I tell you guys all the time, right? You don't need to be rich in material. As long as you're rich in friends, you got the world by the short and curlies right there. That's all I got to say. All right, let's go to the NBA. You guys ready for a little hype music right now in the NBA?
Let's get ready to rumble!
Need the bells, eh? The bells add to it. Then we pump up the jam right now. Y'all ready for this?
Y'all ready for this?
You guys better be dancing right now, hey? All right, let's go to the teletape, and hey, I need got to do the chimes, right? Got to have the chimes in there right now. Yeah, Bo Jackson's here, me says Brent Vianney. And who's Mizzou? The network's in the house. Yeah, I like the unders. You winning before the game starts. Yeah, exactly. It's 0-0. All right, let's take a look at game number 1 between the Atlanta Hawks and the Orlando Magic. And looking at the line tonight, you got the Hawks a 5.5 road favorite. The over-under is set at 227.5. I got a 117-113 final for the Hawks. Hawks are 4-6 in their last 10 games straight up. And when you're looking this on the screen, always look in the middle right here, right? This is where all the abbreviations of the categories are. So 4-6 straight up, 3-7 against the point spread, 4-6 to the over/under. And as Joe Namath would say, misery loves company, and both these teams are very much struggling in their last 10 games, right? 3-7 for Orlando, 2-8 to the under. My line on the game, I had -7 for Atlanta, but you can see they're -5.5. Now, this is supposed to be N/A. I don't know why we have Nan. Is there anybody named Nan out there? Maybe it's short for Nancy, right? Hello, Nancy. But yeah, N divided by A. It should be like a not available, right? Or non-applicable. So I'll have to talk to my programmer about that. And I want to, take a second to thank our programming team here. Remember yesterday I was telling you guys we were transferring servers, and it looks like everything is back to normal again. The site's faster. If you go on the website now, super fast. We got a super server. Hey, I just like to say super.
Hey, Fred, that's one of them Superman suits, ain't it?
Super fly, Bubba, super fly.
Yeah, super fly. So the server is super fly right now. And looking at tonight's game between the Hawks and the Magic, 54.8% chance of winning for Atlanta. Chance of covering at 80%. Atlanta, though, on a 3-game losing streak, which is, a B-type team. I want to show you guys this here. Now, we go to the standings and we see who the top teams in the NBA are. You can see Boston. Hey, well, I told you guys, right? This Boston team, these are your courtside bullies, man. This Boston Celtics team, this team is geared for playoff basketball. They're like the courtyard bullies, and they're to me, I think they're going to win the East. The Phoenix Suns could be the West. There's a couple teams I like in the West, but I love Boston this year. 17-4 straight up. Phoenix 14-6. Milwaukee 14-5. But if you go right here, the type of teams, Look at this. I want to show you guys this. I'm glad I remember this. You know, in the Raymond report, we talk about A, B, and C type teams. Look at the A type teams right here, but look at their home win percentage. The A type teams in the NBA, I'm talking about the Bostons, the Clevelands, Indiana, the Bucks, the Denver Nuggets, Phoenix Suns, Memphis Grizzlies, the Pelicans. Those are all A type teams. They have a winning percentage of 80.4 at home, but look at their road record, 51-9. Woo! Stay away from A-type teams on the road. They're 41-38, but they're 66-16 at home. And let's go compare that and look at the B-type teams, 65-40. Stay away from NBA road teams. Let me see the C-type team, even worse C-type team, 28.2. So I was looking at this morning. I said, man, I got to tell the bullpen this. I got to show this to the bullpen. But the NHL is a little bit different. Let's go to the NHL, and you can see the A-type teams, the NHL, 70% and 70% on the road. So what you see is what you get in the NHL, but not that good on the B-type teams on the road. 55% at home, but 51.9. So there's clearly a separation of the A's and the B's right now, and of the Raymond report. And the A-type teams, NBA at home, they're killing it, but not on the road, right? And the A-type teams in the NHL, 41% at home, 36% on the road. So I wanted to show you guys that. So when you're doing your handicapping, take a look at those NBA road teams and be very, very careful betting NBA road teams. And this is why I thought of Atlanta. You know, if you look at the Orlando Magic at home this year, 4-7, 5-6 against the number. But look at Atlanta, 3-7 against the number. And in the last 10 trips to the Amway Center, 4-6 straight up, 4-5-1 against the number. So be very careful betting the game between the Hawks and the Magic. All right, let's get to the next game here on the agenda. And where's my chimes? Hey, got to get my chimes in here. All right, we're talking about the Washington Wizards against the Brooklyn Nets. Now, Brooklyn, ever since Steve Nash has left, was it Jacques Vaughn? It sounds like the Pink Panther, the Inspector Clouseau, Jacques Vaughn. Sounds like yeah, it sounds like he's got his act together, because he's got the Brooklyn Nets winning right now. -6 is the line, 226 is the total, and I got a 118-114 win tonight for the Brooklyn Nets, who are 6-4 straight up in their last 10 games, 5-5 against the number. I did have Brooklyn at -5 on my value index, and not available for Washington, so I don't have a value number to give you here on the Wizards. 69.6% chance of winning tonight for Brooklyn, who are now on a 2-game win streak. And looking at the some of the numbers right now for Brooklyn at home, 6-4 straight up. It's almost like you gotta handicap the Brooklyn Nets, pre Steve Nash and after Steve Nash, right? Because Jacques Vaughn's got these guys really doing a good job. Washington, a bit of a Jekyll and Hyde, 3-6 on the road, 8-4 at home, and in the last 10 trips to Brooklyn, they're 4-6. I'm gonna go Brooklyn money line. I like Brooklyn money line tonight in Brooklyn. All right, let's take a look here. What do you think of the Brooklyn Nets? I want to go the game tonight. Yeah, go to the game, have fun, and bet Brooklyn on the money line. I like the Bucks and Jazz tonight. Says it's a Maine's world, especially after the game the Knicks and Clippers played. As a Wizards fan, says it's a Maine's world. All right, let's take a look at the Bucks and the New York Knicks. All right, the Bucks going to this one as a 5.5-point road favorite. The over-under set at 228. ATS forecast system play going to go with the Bucks in this one, 120-112. The over-under to land on 233.7. So we do like it to fly over the total. Looking at the line value, I do have the Bucks at -5.25. So fair market value on the Milwaukee Bucks. I had +2.7 for the New York Knicks. And last time these two teams met, did these teams met this year already? No, they haven't met this year. Actually, October 28th, it was a 119-108 victory for the Bucks. And prior to that, they did play last January. So yeah, so they have played already. Milwaukee right now coming off a 124-115 win over Dallas. Dallas didn't do too good on the road, right? They lost in Toronto, they lost in Milwaukee, and then New York. They put the boots to the Pistons yesterday. Wow, hey, holy cow! Where's my Harry Carey?
Holy cow!
Put 140 points on the Pistons last night, and in the last 10 head-to-head meetings, Detroit New York Knicks 3-7 straight up and against the number against the Bucks. The Bucks, though, you know what? The front-loaded schedule at home. Look at that, 11-2, 13 games at home, only 6 on the road. So it's time to get some road cooking going here for the Bucks, who are 7-3 straight up at Madison Square Gardens in their last 10 games, 6-4 against the number. I'm going to go with the Bucks here tonight, money line Bucks, and that's the bottom line.
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
All right, let's get to the game between the Philadelphia 76ers and the Cleveland Cavaliers. And wow, Cleveland didn't look good a couple nights ago against the Toronto Raptors. In fact, it was a 188 victory for the Raptors, who had Pascal Siakam back in the lineup after missing like 10 games. And tonight in the Cleveland, you got -3.5, 212.5 is the total. And we do like the Cavs winning this one, 107-102 against the 76ers. And the one thing with Cleveland, again, remember I was telling you guys at the beginning, all the NBA road teams, at home, they're good at home, but they suck on the road. Look at this. NBA road teams, 51.9, the A-type teams, and the B-type teams, 40%. These are teams with winning record, but because they're doing so well at home, it covers up, it masks a lot of things. So be very careful betting road teams. Philadelphia 76ers on the road this year, 5-4, but Cleveland, they enjoy some home cooking. They're 8-1 straight up and against the number, but not that good in the last 10 head-to-head meetings against the Sixers. And I do have Cavaliers winning tonight, 107-102. And let me see, you got an A bullish against a B bullish team. I'm going to go with the Cavs in this one. I'm going to take the money line, Cleveland Cavaliers. Again, money line, why? When you look at the numbers on the NBA on the season, and let's go to the charts, NBA favorites this year, winning 63.5% of the game, but only covering 48.5%. This is why I don't play this is why I don't lay points, right? And remember, the thing I always say about laying points, it's not a single bet. It's a 2-team parlay. You got to win and cover the spread, and that's why I like to take teams on the money line in a manageable range, right? In a manageable range. I'm not going to lay like 300 in the least, but I'll lay like 205, 220 if I'm really feeling good about that. I got to love the team. I can't like the team. All right, let's get to the next one here between the Memphis Grizzlies and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Hey, moving along here on a wacky Wednesday. Hope you're enjoying the show. If you do enjoy the show, please hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel by hitting the notification bell in the top right-hand corner, or the subscribe button below this video. Memphis going into Minnesota tonight, 5-5 in their last 10, coming off a 2-game win streak. Big win at Madison Square Gardens, 127-123 was the final, while Minnesota lost to the Wizards. In fact, they got spanked 142-127. And looking at the last 10 games for both these teams, 5-5 straight up, and Memphis 5-5 against the number. I did have the Grizzlies at -4.6 tonight, and I had Minnesota at +3. So you are getting fair market value if you do like these teams here tonight, either Memphis or Minnesota. And the chances of winning, 67.4% chance of winning here for Memphis. Kogo's at 46%. Kogo stands for chance of game going over the total. The bad news is, if you like Minnesota against those A-type teams with a 60 or higher win percentage, they're only 1-4 straight up and against the number. Give me the Grizzlies money line tonight in Minnesota. All right, let's get to the next game on the agenda. And let's go Houston Rockets against the Denver Nuggets. And you can see here the Rockets going into Denver as an 11.5 point road favorite, underdog. And Denver is the favorite, 11.5. I got a 122-108 victory for the Denver Nuggets here tonight, who are 6-4 straight up in their last 10 games. And 3-game win streak, 3-1 against those C-type teams. They are 5-2 at the, what's it called? The Ball Arena or Ball Center. It used to be the Pepsi Center, but now it's called the Ball Arena or something like that. 5-2 at home, 2-5 to the under. Not a lot of home games. While Houston, ooh boy, hey Houston, we have a problem right now. We are struggling on the road at 2-10, but just like a lot of teams, haven't played a lot of home games. Only 3-5, but 2-10 on the road, and they are 2-8 in their last 10 trips to Denver. I like Denver here tonight, but I'm not laying 11.5. That's for sure. Probably play the total. And NBA road underdogs of 9.5 to 12 this year on 1 day's rest. 5-13 straight up, 9-9 against the number. While Denver, you can see that 9.5 to 12 point home favorites, just 15-5 straight up, just hitting 70, 80%. Is that no 75% right there? That's pretty good. That is pretty good in my books, right? All right, let me see here. So yeah, you know what? If I were to play this one here tonight, I'd probably play the total. There's no way I'm laying with points with Houston, especially when I just showed you the chart how road teams do in the NBA. Can't do it. Hey, Mike, where's my Mike Singletary? Can't play with him. Can't do it.
Cannot play with him. Cannot win with him. Cannot coach with him.
Can't do it. Can't do it. All right. So yeah. So you know what? Maybe the under is where you want to go tonight in Denver. I can't say Big D because Big D's Dallas, right? All right. No Cat tonight. Yeah, Cat's going to be out a few weeks, right? I saw that. Saw the news yesterday. Mobley playing the big man, says Brent Vianney. Raptors says it's a Maine's world. Memphis also. So it's a Maine world likes the Memphis Grizzlies and Raptors. I like that too. I don't know if I like the Raptors that much though. On the road, are they on the road tonight? Raptors. Let me see here. Raptors in, New Orleans. New Orleans tough. Hey, the King Smoothie Center is a tough place to play. All right, let me see here. Where are we at now? Chicago, Phoenix. All right, let's go to the desert. Let's go and avoid the cactuses. Hey, I don't want to get pricked by a cactus. All right. Phoenix Suns 5.5 point home favorite. The over-under is set at 224. I got the Phoenix Suns winning here tonight, 112 to 107, and the over-under landing on 220.71. So the Phoenix Suns 7-3 straight up in their last 10, 6-4 against the number, while the Chicago Bulls, your Chicago Bulls, are 4-6 straight up and against the number. Phoenix on a 5-game win streak. They're 4-0 against teams below 500, and they're sporting an 11-1 home record. They've covered 8 of those 12 games at home, and 4-8 to the under, while Chicago 4-6 straight up, 5-4-1 on the road this season. And you can see their ATS record overall, 10-9-1. And for the Chicago Bulls in the desert, in their last 10 trips, 4-6 straight up, 6-4 against the number. You know what? I like Phoenix here, but was it mine 5.5? Could be another money line play. Could be another money line play. I like Siakam being back for the Raptors, says it's a Maine's world. I do like Phoenix here tonight, and I think, 112. See that? We're right there on the number, 112, 107, and this is why I would play the money line. And if it's a little too chalky for you tonight, take Phoenix and maybe Brooklyn on a 2-team parlay, and hopefully we bring you to the winner's circle. Right, Mike? Where's Mike?
I want winners.
And hopefully we gave you a winner right there. All right, let's get to the next game. We got a lot of games tonight. We got 12, 13 games in the association. Boston is a cash cow at home, says Who's Mizzou. And looking at the Pacers, hey, you know what? These two teams made a trade last year, and I think it's worked out really good for both these teams, right? Buddy Buckets now in Indiana, and Zabonis now in the Sacramento Kings area. So both these teams doing well. Look at the forecast. This is like an NBA All-Star game here tonight in Sacramento. 4.5 is the line, 240.5 is the total. And looking at the forecast, 130.9 for the Kings, 130.2 for the Pacers. The over-under landing on a like an all-star NBA all-star score here, 261.2. Look at the total, 240. Absolutely crazy. Let me see what the calculator has. Let me see what the ATS calculator has. Let's go Indiana against Sacramento. And where's the Kings? Right there. Survey says 230.2. Yeah, so right there with the bookmaker. Oh no, under. So yeah, a little bit conflicting numbers with the calculator and the forecast. Indiana and the Kings both 7-3 straight up in their last 10 games. Pacers a little bit better against the point spread, 7-3 against the number, but Sacramento 6-4 at home. And my line on the game, I had the Kings at -2. I got them winning at 61.8%. But does Buddy Buckets come back to haunt his old teammates tonight at the Sacramento arena tonight, right? 3-game losing streak, while Indiana's on a 1-game win. And against those A-type teams, they are 1-3. But look at the Pacers, 0-2 against B-type teams. Sacramento 6-4 straight up and against the point spread at home this year. 13-6 against the number. But look at Indiana, 13-7. This game has we're talking about high scoring affair, big numbers, and watch it be like 101 to 105 or something like that. I doubt it. I doubt it very much. I hate going against Buddy Buck. Like, I'm looking at this game, and it's like last night in Calgary, right? Remember I said, could be a bulletin board game, when Huberdeau and they put the boots to the Panthers last night, right? And this, I wonder, but Sabonis could say the same thing. This, from a situational handicapping point of view, and you look at the outside game of this game, like, don't look, I know it's a numbers game, but when you look at the outside circumstances leading into this game, you got, you got some conflicting, situations going in here, right? How bad do the players want to win for Buddy Buckets? How bad do they want to win for Sabonis and company? But you know what? I think I take the Pacers plus the points. I think my gut feeling. Sometimes you got to go with your gut feeling and situational hand. But here's the thing, right? This is a B-type team? No, an A-type team. And we saw what A-type teams do on the road, right? 51.9. But that's a good thing. That's a good thing. And the B-type team at home, they normally win 65% of their games. All right. But that's why you take the Geico Insurance. Give me the Pacers plus 4.5, 5 minutes just to tell you to take the Pacers at 4.5. All right. Let's get to the next game on the agenda. And let's go to the game between the Spurs and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Thunder coming off a disappointing loss to the Pelicans on the road, 105-101. That was an emotional game for the Thunder, right? They came back to make a game out of it, and you think you're right there, and the Pelicans just flex and get the W. Hey, they got the dub, and now you got the Spurs on an 8-game losing streak. They're a 5.5-point road underdog tonight against the Thunder. But the good news is you got a great coach in Popovich right here. I got a 118-116 victory for OKC. 234.4 is the over-under, and the over-under in the game is 236, so we do like it to go under the total. But look at that, 1-9 straight up for San Antonio, 3-7 against the number, 8-game losing streak. You wouldn't touch this game with a 10-foot pole, I hope, tonight. I think if you play this game here tonight, I think the total is where you want to lean. The Kogo's at 48%, which is good because it's in my manageable range of 42 to 57. That's what I look for when I look for neutral numbers when it comes to getting close to even. C Bearish against C Bearish, 23 days. Yeah, I do like OKC here tonight. Again, money line, a lot of 5.5s. Is it just me? Is every game 5.5 here tonight? Hey, seems like every game is 5 and a hook. All right, let's take a look at the next one. Oh, here we go. Hey, every time we get a good game, I got to give you the boxing bells. Oh, wrong one. Hang on. All right, let's go to the teletape between the Miami Heat and the Boston Celtics. Now, the Celtics a 9-point home court favorite. That seems like a lot of points. Let me see who's missing tonight. Hey, when I see -9, yeah, holy crap. Look at the mash unit on Miami. I'm surprised Miami can still fill the team. Hey, I'm still surprised they can fill the team. No Butler, no Oladipo's been out for a long time. Yeah, look at all the game time. You know what? I hate handicapping. I know hate's a strong word, but I don't like handicapping these games where you got like a G League team coming in to Boston tonight, right? And to me, this is the NBA. This is the professional leagues, and you're unfortunately for the Heat going through a really tough time in injuries, right? -9 is the line, 224.5 is the total. I got 116, 108. 9-1 straight up for the Celtics at the Gardens. 7-2-1 against the number. My line on the game tonight, -8.7. Fair market value if you do like Boston. And looking at the chance of winning, 71.2%. And they're on a 4-game win streak. This one here says Boston all the way. But I'm not laying points. I can't lay points. And to be honest, I don't even know if I want to lay the total because I just don't know who's going to be the bench players for the Miami Heat. So when in doubt, get out. And thank God we got a lot of other games we can handicap, right? All right, let's go to the next game. You got the Portland Trailblazers taking on the LA Lakers. Hey, or as some of you guys called them, the LA Fakers yesterday. Lakers a -5.5 point home favorite. The over-under is set at 225. Over under here, let me see. We got 115 and 107. 222.2 is our number on the total. So we do like it to go under the total. We got the Lakers winning by 8. Lakers coming off a 116-115 loss to the Pacers. And Portland, that game was yesterday, wasn't it? Yeah, they lost to the Clippers 118-112. So they lost by 6. Check this out. Anytime you got an NBA road underdog of 3.5 to 6 on 0 days rest, so playing in back-to-back games, not good. 2-11 straight up, 4-9 against the number. LA Lakers 6-4 in their last 10 head-to-head meetings against the Trailblazers. 5-6 at home this year at the Crypto.com arena. Portland 7-5 on the road, but not coming off a tough loss last night. And I do have the Lakers winning this one, 115-107. So I got them winning by 7. Look at that, another 5.5. What the? I'm starting to think we got a problem with our lines here. Are my lines off here today? Let me go look at, make sure I got the right numbers here. Seems like every line's 5.5. All right, let me go to basketball. Watch it be a line feed thing. All right, Lakers. No, 5.5. Okay, we're good. It's unbelievable. How many 5.5s do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4 games at 5.5. Could be more, if, depending where you get your lines, right? All right, so let me get back to this one. I like the Lakers here. I just don't know if I want to lay. I'm not laying points, you know that. -210 is the line. Now, here's the thing. I like the Lakers. I don't love the Lakers, and they're a C-bullish team, so I would pass on this game here tonight. When in doubt, get out, and sometimes, I always say on this show, sometimes the best bet you make is the one you don't make, huh? Remember that. Show me the money. Hey, bringing you the pearls on a wacky Wednesday.
Show me the money!
Yeah, show me the money. You Illuminati -5.5, says Jose Gonzalez. Celtics first quarter has been good, says It's a Maine's World. Mike, that's because everyone was on after scoring 143. The Fakers, yeah, LOL. Lakers, Heat are on a fade alert about the weeks already. Yeah, you can't bet Miami. Not with the mash unit they're supporting right now. But, all right, let's get back to the tell of the tape. Between the Clippers and the Utah Jazz. Now, the Jazz, a 6.5 point favorite. The over-under is set at 224.5. I got a 114-107 victory tonight in Utah for, not the Utes, but the Jazz. 222.83 is my number. 224 and a hook is the bookmaker's number. So we do like it to go over the total. Under the total. But the over on the Kogo is pretty high at 63%. Kogo stands for chance of game going over the total. And if you're wondering why we do the total of the Kogo, the percentage play, right? I always talk about value percentage play. The percentage play in the straight up factor, 69.4% chance of winning here for Utah, and a 25.3 for the Clippers, who are now on a 2-game win streak. Played last night, traveled overnight. This is a tough spot. In fact, any NBA road team this year who's playing in a back-to-back game situation, and it's a 6.5 to 9 point road underdog, 1-7 straight up in their next game. I'm gonna go Utah here, but I'm not laying 6.5. And what's the money line? 270. No, too chalky. Too chalky. I like Utah. Maybe you put them on a 2-team parlay with maybe Brooklyn or something you like in that area. All right, let me go to the next game on the circuit, and it's the last game on the board. Could be a game of the night. Hey, I think I'll give it a game of the night. All right, the game of the night will be at the Smoothie King Center between the New Orleans Pelicans and the Toronto Raptors. Now, the Rap going into this one on a 2-game win streak. They're a 1-point road underdog. The over-under is listed at 224.5. I got a 113-110 victory for the Pelicans. Pelicans 7-3 straight up in their last 10 games. 6-4 against the number. 3-7 to the under. 58.2% chance of winning. 56% chance of covering the spread. And the Kogo's at 59%. They've lost their last 2 games against the point spread. I do like the Pelicans in a big way here tonight. I love the Pelicans. I think from a situational handicapping point of view, you got them A-type team off a 2 ATS losing streak. Public market psychology is going to be with the Raptors. Give me the Pelicans tonight, and that's my silver bullet game of the day. Pelicans at the Smoothie King Center. And as my good friend Stone Cold Steve Austin would have said,
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
All right. Thank you, Stone Cold Steve Austin. All right. So Pelicans, my top play tonight in the association. Hey, this was a fun trip here today. It was a fun game. We covered a lot. And it's at the bottom of the hour. We put in our hour. Hey, put in a good day's work today at the Raymond Report. All right. We all know what time it is.
We talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice. Practice, man. I mean, how silly is that?
It is not silly, because we are talking about the 80% Club, and you can get the 80% Club stats each and every day right here at atsstats.com. And always remember, trends are your friends, but they don't pay the rent. And if you want to pay the rent, well, less is more. You got to have a less is more philosophy, and you got to have a 2 bank account system, right? Your beer and pizza money account and your investment account. Always remember, 2 type of investment. Beer and pizza when you got C on C type crime, and when you got your good teams, and then but the thing with the good teams, your investment accounts, always remember, pick your spots, and you live another day, right? You don't bet your premium picks each and every day. All right, let's take a look at the Grizzlies as a 3.5 to 6 point road favorite. Total is 220. And their last 4 years. So anytime Memphis is a road favorite of 3.5 to 6. Totals 220 or more last 4 years. They are 8-2 straight up. Love the Grizzlies here tonight. Denver at home as a home favorite. Totals 220 or more during the month of November. 7-3-2 against the number. 10-2 straight up. And let's take a look at some of the other stats and trends down here. You can see Indiana as a road team during the month of November. Last 2 years. 2-11 to the under. And OKC as a home favorite during the last 3 years. And they're 1-3 in their last 3 games. 8-2 to the number. And anytime the Clippers are a road underdog last 4 years, coming off a game that went over the total, 4-16-1 to the under. And those are your NBA 80% Club stats today, courtesy of atsstats.com. If you want more trends, all you got to do is go to the dashboard, go to the 80% Club stats or the old 80% Club stats. And if you click on the old one, go to NBA, and you can see here we have a more stats you can shake a stick at. When Brooklyn's a 3.5 to 6 point home favorite on 1 day's rest, coming off 2 unders, 14-1 straight up. And those are the pearls today on a wacky Wednesday. Ronald says, Elliot V. Good morning, Elliot V. Fine. 1 bounce nets. Okay. Rangers money line game under Toronto. Let me see here. No Ingram or McCollum. We against it tonight. All right. Yeah, but the bookmakers, hey, bookmaker believes, right? Bookmakers telling you. And the thing is, that line can flip during the day, but always remember what Ross the Boss Benjamin says, right? Who do you believe more, the betting public or bookmakers? You know, bookmakers have been doing this for a long time. All right, let's get to your 80% Club stats in the National Hockey League. Anytime Detroit's a favorite against Buffalo last 10, 80% to the under. Anytime the San Jose Sharks are a road team last 2 years after a non-conference game that went under the total last night. Nice shutout in the at the Bell Center last night against the Habs. 10-2 to the under. If you like the Ottawa Senators tonight, maybe the puck line's where you want to go. Ottawa's a home team before a non-division game. Total 6.5, coming off a 1-goal win. 9-1 to the puck line. And let's try to finish here on a high note. Anytime Detroit's a home favorite versus a division foe, allowed 4 goals against in their last game, and they're coming off a loss. 13-1 straight up. And how about one more for the show? Hey, do we have any Toronto stats here tonight? All right, here's one for Leaf fans. Hey, I know Leaf fan wants to see, come on, show the Leafs some love, but I'm not showing the minus 300. That's I can't be laying 300. That's all. But since you guys are Leaf fans, I'll throw you a bone right here. Toronto as a favorite last 4 years, won the last game by 2 goals or more, and they are 4-1 the last 5 games, 24-6, and now you know the rest of the story. By Paul Harvey. All right, folks, that is the Rain Report for a wacky Wednesday, November 30th. Covered a lot of stuff here today. Again, I think this is, if you're going to leave the show today with one thing, and because I know you're all going to lunch and you're going to talk about the show with your buddies, right? Of course you are. Is tell them, say, did you know that A-type teams in the Rain Report, when they're at home, they're winning 80.4% of their games, but when they're on the road, they're only winning 51.9%, and they're going to look at you like you just discovered plutonium or something, right? Say, who are you? Hey, you're so you're so sharp now. All right, folks, enjoy the rest of your day. As always, shop for value, play those percentages, and I'll be back here tomorrow on a Thirsty Thursday to bring you more wisdom and pearls at the Rain Report. Cheers.
Hello
again, everybody. Harry Carey from Wrigley Field on a beautiful day for baseball.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man.
Joe own the Chiefs.
Owns.
I don't know.
Struggling. Can we have fun? You're damn right. I demand that we have fun.
Put that coffee down. Coffee's for closers only.
Straight cash, homie.
Holy cow!
It's a dog-eat-dog world, Sammy, and I'm wearing milk-bone underwear.
What the hell's going on out here?
Woo!
If you smell what the rock is cooking.
That's the bottom line, cause Stone Cold said so.
Let's go to eat a goddamn snack.
Hey, yeah, would you look over there?